Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here with my guy Hot Rod on a Sunday, man. How you doing today, Rod?
Hey, doing all right. It could be a little better. Went 0-1 already in college hoops, but hey, that happens. I figured Pitt would hang a little bit closer with Xavier, and looks like the legs got to them. A little bit tired. Shots weren't dropping. They were shooting bricks. Hey, that happens. They definitely gave it a good run. Congratulations to Xavier into the Sweet 16.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I didn't have any action in that one. I haven't had any action all day. I got some right now in these two NBA games that started. Nuggets, they're up pretty big on the Nets right now, 33-21. Then you got the Suns, with now a 4-point lead over the Thunder, 29-25. So we'll see what goes on in those two games. We still got one, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, 6 games. Yeah, we still got
Six
six
games,
games
right?
to talk about. So still room to make some money today. One of them finna start right now, with the Hawks and the Spurs. I like the Hawks in that one, laying the big number. What about you?
Yeah, and I like the Hawks here as well. As we said before the show started, I was looking, and when I seen this come up, and I said if Trey Young is in, I'm going with the Hawks because they fare well against the Spurs when they're full healthy. You look at the last meeting, and it was a 125-106 victory for these Hawks, and that was the low meeting of the year back on February 11th, and with Trey Young in there, it's just too much for the Spurs here. Spurs are 0-5 on Sunday, so they don't play so well on Sundays. And the Hawks 4-0 ATS the last four trips into San Antonio. I don't think that changes. I'm going to lay the big number with you. Take the Hawks in this one.
I'm right there with you. I think they beat up on the Spurs. I know the Spurs have been competitive, in their last three meetings. Took Memphis to OT. They should have won that game against Memphis. They really should have won that basketball game. They were up big early, you know, kind of let it flake away there in the fourth. They still covered the game, covered all four meetings against the Grizzlies. We're beating, same thing against my Mavs. We're beating us, got to overtime and lost the game, ended up losing it by 9. Beat Orlando straight up. So that's 3 straight games. And then before that, they had a at-home win against the Nuggets. So they've been at home, keeping it kind of competitive. But in that same breath, this is still the Spurs. I think they're due uh, for a game where, it just doesn't come together. I could see the Hawks coming in here today and putting it to them, man. The Hawks still with plenty to play for, still at 500. What are they currently? They are currently in the 8th seed. Could climb out of there though. Could climb maybe even high as 6. They stack a few wins. I like the Hawks. I like the Hawks. Probably a full game, and I like the Hawks to smash down on the Spurs in this one today.
No doubter from tip off right to the end, I think, in this one.
Yeah,
You get almost 3 at first quarter, first half, full game.
with you there.
Doubter.
I think the Hawks jump out on them. We
Yeah.
head out to our next one. We got the Heat laying 10 on the road. I know I'm not laying 10 with them. I know that. The Pistons, you know, they're not the best team right now, especially they're sitting guys like Alec Burke, Bojan Bogdanovic, RJ Hampton, and Isaiah Livers. But I still think they can keep this one competitive at home. I'm gonna be honest. It's more so a fade of Miami. If anything, I'm not betting this game, but I do lean Pistons. How you feel about this?
Yeah, I think it's a boatload of points. And you look this Detroit team at home, and they average around 118 points a game. While the Heat they're averaging 115 points a game, so that doesn't equate to Heat winning by 11 in this one. But I think the better play is the under. I think you look at both teams struggling to score. This feels like a first to 100 wins. This one, the Heat 5-2 to the under in their last 7, whereas a team with a losing home record. And Detroit, they just seem to thrive on these unders. 4-1 in their last 5 to the under. So the last and you look at the lone meeting earlier this season included 4-1 to the under the last 5 meetings between these two. I like the under. I think is a better play, and I'm with you. Lean to the Pistons as well, plus the points. I don't see the Heat blowing anybody else.
For sure. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't bet this one yet, but I do have a heavy lean to the Pistons. By 5 o'clock, once I see how these other games end, I'm probably gonna put a few dollars on these Pistons, man. I was on the Heat yesterday. They let me down in a major way. I probably won't be betting them for the rest of the season. Y'all know I love fading the Heat at home. I've faded the Heat at home damn near every time I've seen them there. On the road, they're not as bad, but yesterday, well, that was not a good showing from them at all. Now on a back-to-back, a road back-to-back at that, I don't like it, man. The Pistons did beat them in the lone meeting this season, 116-96 in Miami. They beat them pretty handedly. So
Right?
you know, I think they can keep this one competitive. Would I be surprised if Miami blew them out? No, I wouldn't. The Pistons, they're still the Pistons. They got, the least amount of wins in the NBA this season. But I know I'm not betting Miami laying 10. The worst cover team, the worst ATS team in the entire NBA. Miami 25, 44, and 3. That's league worst. They've only covered in 36.2% of their games this season. That's even worse than my Mavs, so y'all love to clown. That's worse than the San Antonio Spurs. That's worse than Houston. That's even worse than Detroit. That's league worst. The Miami Heat. I know for sure I'm not laying 10 with them. I lean Pistons kind of heavily, and now I'm probably going to put a few bucks on it. So I'm
I like
thinking,
the under. Love the under there.
yeah, I can see it. And definitely, the Pistons, they're not going to light up the scoreboard. And Miami, they're more of a defensive team. They're not going to light up the scoreboard either. They'll be lucky to get to 100. I can see the under for sure in that one. I'm not a huge total guy, so I don't really talk about it a lot. But I mean, I do kind of have leans sometimes, and I do lean with you to that under too, right? I do like that.
No, like it.
For sure. We head out to our next one. We got the Pelicans on the road facing the Rockets. Today is, I ain't gonna lie to you, right? Today is like the day where it's just like, I'm just done with some of these teams. I'm done with the Heat. And another team I'm done with this Pelicans team, man. They really let me down in their last one. I had them. I think you were on that day. Was that the last time you were on? I had the Pelicans in that one, laying that 5. It looked good in that fourth quarter. They were doing it. And then they just completely melted there in the end. I think their season's over.
See?
I want
On the
nothing to do with
road.
the Pelicans. Yeah, I want nothing to do with them. I like the Rockets in this one, plus the points. Do the Pelicans
It's
show up today though?
no, no. It's the same thing. It's like I look at the Pelicans. I'm like, oh, the Pelicans are on the road. Make a little check mark. Who are they playing? I don't care who they're playing. Pelicans are on the road. They're 7-19 ATS in the last 26 on the road. They're 3-9 ATS in the last 12 altogether. So road, home, away, still only 3-9 ATS. And then the Pelicans are 1-8 ATS in the last 9 after scoring 100 or more points. So if they score 100 more points, oh, they're even more worse than what they were before. So only one way to go. Look at the Rockets, been rolling right along. Winners of 3 straight, and 4-0-1 ATS against the spread in the last 5. And they're a perfect 5-0 after their opponent allows 100 or more points. So little perfect trend there for the Houston Rockets, who have beat the Pelicans already this season at home and play pretty well at home. So only one way to go. If you want it, go take them right on the money line because I think they outright them again. But I'm going to take the points to be safe.
I kind of said something similar this morning on the gym session. I'm done with this Pelicans team. It's kind of crazy to think that at one point in time they were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Zion went down. It all came crumbling down, man. They're not going to make even the play-in tournament this season. It was kind of sad. I was high on this Pelicans team early. I did not like what I seen from them at all down the stretch. With their season on the line, you lose to the Houston Rockets. I get the Houston Rockets have been playing better basketball. I get it. They beat the Celtics, the Lakers, and now this Pelicans team. They've been playing great basketball. But still, this is one of the bottom 3 teams in the league. With your season on the line, that was a must-win basketball game, let alone forget the spread. That was a must-win basketball game.
Oh, yeah.
And to poop that away like that, man, I did not like what I seen 2 nights ago. Now we're 2 nights removed. Rod, I wish I could pull up the number, but I feel like in these situations that we've seen this season where they play at home, they take one day off and then play in that same gym, I feel like it's like 60% of the time the team that won the first one and covered in the first one does it again in the second one. I don't have that number in front of me, but I feel like for majority of the season, that's what I've seen. So I would not be surprised at all if the Rockets, like you said, covered this line, which I think they do, and let alone beat them again on the money line. I would not be surprised at all. And I think that's not really a bad place to be, sprinkling some bucks there either.
So let me look at a number and see where everybody is. Is everybody also humping up on
Where
the
is
same thing
everybody?
we were just talking? Everybody is on. Let's see where everybody is on this one. See, I don't know. It's about 50-50. I'm looking at 48% of the tickets and 54% of the money on the Pelicans.
Which is about fair because the
50.
Pelicans, while it's not over for them, I'm calling the death wish. I reckon. I'm saying it's over. I'm saying the 10 teams that are in
I
are
think
in.
it's over too.
Some people mathematically they're not out of it. They could still do a few things.
No, but
No, yeah,
right.
I'm calling it now. No, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. So I'm rocking with the Rockets now
Definitely
for sure.
with you. We're on the Rockets.
We head out to our next one. We got your Canada team, the Raptors. You've been on them here recently, and you've been hitting on them recently. I got to give you some credit. I've been kind of fading them. I might need to get on them. They're getting a good amount of points today in Milwaukee. They've been struggling on the road. They got right at home. Do they keep that home momentum running forward now on the road? Or are they the same team we've seen on the road, on their road trip?
These are the games they like, but they played a lot of hoops in recently, and that's to be like 3 and 4 nights for the Raptors here. But I do think this is a track meet. I love the over here. Bucks averaging 124 points a game over their last 3, and the Raptors are actually scoring more than that, averaging 125 points a game. As I said earlier about this game on a recent show, is that it's like the Raptors. They used to love to play defense to win games, and they've kind of abandoned that. And let's play track meets, and we can actually outscore teams. We actually got a good offense that has been rolling right along. So you look at the Raptors, and there are how many of the over here? I got a 4 straight to the overs, and the Bucks 6-1 to the over in their last 7. Whereas a team with a losing road record, and that's what we got here with the Raptors. They don't play so well on the road sometimes, so it's shaky. But the Bucks, they when they have a loss, they love to bounce back off a 10-point loss and score a bunch of more points. As they're 19-7 at home to the over, 5-1 to that over, as I said, off a 10-point loss. And the Raptors 14-3 to the over, following a 10-point win. So I think instead of trying to pick a side here, I like the over. I think this is a track meet. Points come early and often. I think we get into the 250s between these two. Crazy scoring in this one.
For sure. I could see an over in this one. I'm going to be honest. This one for me, it's a no play. It's a tough one. It's a really, really, really tough game for me. I like the way the Raptors have been playing, but then again, that all was at home, and that road trip, they were not playing well at all. They looked terrible on that road trip. I thought their season might have been over. How bad they were playing on that road trip. Then they did come back, beat up on the Nuggets, the Thunder, and Minnesota at home. I want to lean Raptors, I do, but like you just said, man, you're messing with them Nuggets in a bounce back spot. It's really not a place I want to be. If there's a team, like you said, you read the stat that loves to bounce back, it's the Milwaukee Bucks. And they're at home off of a 16-point loss. Trying to fade them is not really where I want to be, especially not for the Raptors on the road. I know that the Bucks won both meetings. Raptors working with double revenge should be a good spot for them. I do lean Raptors, guys. I do, but I haven't bet it yet, man. Fading the Bucks is not somewhere I want to be a lot moving forward to end out the season. It's just better places to be. Lean Raptors, but I probably won't end up betting it. We'll see if they can pull it out, though. How you feel? You think so? Or you said Bucks? Yeah, and I can see it. I don't want to fade it.
I like the over. Like I said, I don't
Anybody.
want to take a side in this one. It's tough
Yeah,
for me to take a side because sure the Raptors have been rolling, but the Bucks off of a 10-point plus point loss, they just turned into a different beast. So
for
I like the
sure.
over. I think this turns into a track meet real early. So I think better play is the over.
I like that. I like that. Raps have been scoring, like you said. We go to our next one. Interesting game here because this Blazers team finds themselves kind of in the same spot as like that Pelicans team, where it's over, but it's not mathematically over. They're not making the playoffs, but they could still make the playoffs. They're getting 4.5 as a home dog with the Clippers coming in. Last time I checked, I didn't see no Kawhi Leonard news. I do think he's playing today because now I don't see him on there. So it looks like Kawhi will be playing. Do the Blazers give it one last hurrah, or is it over?
Just like we got the Pelicans on the road, we have the Blazers at home. And it's like, oh, Blazers at home today? Ah, Clippers are playing them? I'm taking the Clippers. Blazers at home, 2-8-1 in their last 11 at home. Yuck, not very good. They also follow up, just listen to this, they follow up those losses at home. So they're at home, they have a nice double-digit loss, right? Yeah, well, they get beat. Beat bad. They follow up those double-digit home losses with more losses because they're 3-12-1 in their last 16 after ATS after double-digit home loss. And you look, the Clippers 9-2 in their last 11 versus the Blazers. They're gonna roll right along. I like Kawhi to get a nice double here, plus 500. I think he has a big game. Comes up and he's like, "Yeah, get out of here. I'm gonna roll you Blazers today." Right on over. I love the Clippers.
I could definitely see
Blazers.
This is another, if I'm be honest, this was another no play for me as well. I don't want the Clippers on a back to back, even though they probably should and will roll the Blazers here with Kawhi Leonard. He didn't play yesterday. He didn't play on the front end of the back to back, so he will play today. Uh, Blazers, like you said, man, they've been awful. They have, like they've with their season on the line, they've now lost what is it, 5 or 6 straight. Um, and they really haven't even been that competitive either. That's the sad part. Hammered by Boston, 14-point loss. Lost to the Knicks by what's that, 16. Lost to the Pelicans
14.
by 17 or 14 to the
14.
Knicks.
Yeah, 14 to the Celtics, 16 to the Knicks. They lost to the Pelicans.
So, it's not pretty.
No, not pretty at all.
I could see one last hurrah today, though, and I don't like the Clippers on the back-to-back, and that's why I didn't touch it, but it's a no play for me in this one, Rod. I hate giving no plays, but at the same time, I just try to give y'all my best opinion on how I feel in the game, and if I ain't feeling it, I ain't want to force it,
I like the Clippers to roll. Kawhi with
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. We head out to our last and final matchup of the night. We got the Orlando Magic getting 6.5 against the Lakers. Lakers, man, they were rolling there for a minute. They've kind of cooled off now, as they've only won one of their last 4 games. They did hammer the Magic in the only meeting this season in Orlando, 129-110. We just saw the Magic outright the Clippers yesterday in LA. Do they keep this one competitive with the Lakers still in LA?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Why is the Lakers at 6.5, right? That's a pretty big number for the Lakers to be laying, right? They're begging you to take the Magic. Magic 0-7 ATS. Their last 7 following a straight up win. They ain't covered nothing after they get a win. So they did outright the Clippers the last game last night. It's a back-to-back spot for them here. And if you look, as I said, 0-7 ATS. They don't string 2 wins together. The reason it's 6 is because the Lakers roll. I think AD's in this one as well. And usually what I've seen lately from the Lakers is what I've noticed is when AD's in and he's looking all happy and he's looking focused, the Lakers roll. When AD's kind of like in there and you'll find out early whether he's looking like he's into this game, the Lakers will roll. And I think that's what we get tonight. It's Sunday night. It'll be in prime time. Everybody eyes tuned into them here. And I think the Lakers roll.
0-7 after a straight up win are the Magic.
Yep, 0-7 ATS following a straight up win.
That's a stat right there. I lean Magic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I lean Magic. I don't like the way the Lakers have been playing recently. I think they've been kind of Think they exerted a lot of energy trying to get into the position that they're in. We've kind of seen some dead legs. I do think they win the game though. I like the Lakers to win the game, but I think 6.5 is a bit too many points. But with that stat that you just gave, that 0-7, I see why it is 6.5. I do see why it's 6.5. And it is a back to back for the Magic. It's not the best spot, but
No.
fourth straight road game
Also,
for them as well. It's not the best spot for the Magic. Lakers could use a
Lakers,
bounce back game after a terrible home loss to the Mavs on a buzzer beater. I can see it now. I see how you putting them pieces together.
Lakers also 5-1 ATS as a favorite between 5 and 7. So they've only got one loss when they've been favored by this big number.
That's
And I'm not a Lakers guy. Normally, I'm definitely not a Lakers guy. And I avoid. I'm like, no, not taking one of the biggest public favorites
nah, for
in
sure.
the NBA. Guarantee they're always up there, public favorite, huge. Them and these guys over here definitely the biggest favorites that you always see with fans everywhere. Love the Lakers, love the Celtics. Two big teams, but and I'm going to lay the points with the Lakers. And I think the last time we were on the show, I think I was going against the Lakers, and they won that one. I think.
Yeah.
So, just I like to
lay it. I like the Magic, but I don't like them as much as I did before you just hit me with them facts. I do. I'm still gonna lean Magic on my side, though. I'm still gonna lean Magic. These are the spots we've seen them. Sometimes I feel like, well, obviously not with the stats you hit me with, but I feel like we've seen the Magic step up in these spots, man, and either outright or just barely get the cover. And I think we're looking at that here in this one, man. I do think they compete with the Lakers. I like the Lakers to win it. I think we're looking at a 4 to 5 point Lakers win. We'll see how it shakes out, though. It should be a great one. Should be a good one. I'm gonna watch that one tonight for sure. Well, that's all the games for today. You want to cook up a little parlay before we get out of here? We got 5 games, so we don't got to force it. We can go 2-team parlay. We ain't got to force it.
Well, for me, first one, I like the Houston Rockets here. We got to go with the Rockets and plus the points against the Pelicans. Pure fade in the Pelicans.
Let's just go. You want to go Pistons? Pistons, Rockets, 2 worst teams in the NBA.
Nice, I'm in. Let's do it. 2 worst teams in the NBA. Pistons, Rockets, plus the points.
Pistons, Rockets, plus the points. Let's do it.
A nice little 2-team DJ Sunday bet. I'm in. I'm gonna lay that as we're done right here.
I'm in there with you. I like it too. So 2 bad teams in the NBA to get the cover on a Sunday. I like it. I do.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, again, thank you for joining me, Rod, on a Sunday.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here. I enjoy chatting. It's fun. Good times chatting up the NBA.
So, ain't nothing like talking about hoops. Reason why I really wanted to do this show is for reasons like that. I like hearing other people's opinions. I do. I know some people don't, but I do. So, like, that stat you gave me on the Magic really got me over here contemplating. Like, I'm like, hold on, 0-7. I don't know it all, guys. I don't. I just come on here and try to give y'all the information that I do know in my opinion. So I love hearing other people's opinions as well. I'm
with you. I like
learn the game too.
Yeah, exactly right. Everybody, because I've been doing this a long time, and you're still learning as you go along. It's a learning process. Every day you learn something new.
For sure.
You take your wins and analyze your wins. Why did that win? Why did that work so well? And then analyze your losses. Why did I bet that? What should have I done different? Why did they lose? I analyze my wins and losses just as much as, or I analyze the wins just as much as the losses. You have to in this business.
Yes, sir.
Here's what it is, because some days you get pounded, and other days you're just rolling along.
Yep.
Every day's a new day. Love it.
Every day's a new day.
Still lost last night too. So
Lots of
I
action.
got one NBA today that I absolutely love. It's my NBA blanket check. Head on over, scoop it up singly, $25 over at Pick Dawgz tournament. Love that play in the NBA today.
For sure. I don't think I have anything on the board. I think all my packages are off the board now because I had a play in there already come off. So nothing left for me to sell for today for you guys. But that's what I will say. I know Rod is gonna heavily disagree with me on this one, but I'm taking TCU on the money line today, Rod. I am. That's my college. That's in my college free play for the guys today. I'm taking them Horned Frogs on the money line.
No, too early in the tournament for the hat burning yet. Too early.
Yes, sir, man. We shall see. It's gonna be a good one tonight, man.
It's gonna be a good one tonight.
Let's get a hat bet. You want a hat bet? We can make a hat bet.
Yeah, I'm in with a hat bet. I'm in.
You want to give me the points or we go straight up? I'll do either one.
You can have the 4.5.
All right, I'll take
4.5 right now. Is that what it is? 4.5.
I'll just take the 4 because I think that's what I'll take 4.
Okay, I'll give you 4.
All right. Ooh.
Yeah. That's even more exciting.
Yeah, I got a hat bet from me and Rod on the TCU Gonzaga game on the show today too, man. Thank you everybody for joining us. See y'all in the morning, man. I'll be on my regular timing tomorrow. Rod will be on the morning show as well, so he'll be on the show a lot more moving forward. Show a lot more guys, man. Again, thank y'all for joining us, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We're out of here. Peace.